Hi, I'm Sierra Morris and this is Chuck and the Chicks. In this video, I'll be talking about 7 causes of egg-eating behavior and how you can prevent it. Collecting eggs from your backyard chickens is among the greatest privileges of owning backyard chickens. In order to be productive, happy, and healthy, your chickens have basic care requirements that need to be met in order for them to perform at their best. Egg-eating behavior is a form of destructive behavior in chickens that once it's present in your flock, it is extremely difficult to discourage. Here are 7 possible causes of egg-eating behavior and what you can do to prevent this from occurring in your backyard flock. Before you go blaming your chickens, eliminate the possibility of a predator presence. Don't be so quick to blame your flock. There are many common predators, including snakes, rats, mice, and even squirrels who may damage eggs if they have found a way to encroach upon your chicken coop, your run, or your chicken area. Look for signs of droppings, digging, or unexplained holes in your coop, run, and chicken area. Don't forget to look up. Rodents and snakes can even take refuge in the roof of your chicken housing. Eliminate the possibility of a predator presence before assuming your flock is doing the damage. Inadequate nutrition, specifically a lack of protein and calcium, can cause egg-eating behavior. Modern chicken breeds are as much as 3 times more productive than their ancestors from even a few hundred years ago. Unlike their wild ancestors, the red jungle fowl, domesticated backyard chickens can't survive on forage alone. Domesticated backyard chickens have been modified by selective breeding to be more productive and also to fit other purposes like being egg layers, meat chickens, companionship chickens, and show chickens. This breeding and heightened productivity has increased their nutritional needs. You'll need to supplement their diet in some way in order for them to be both healthy and productive. Chicken treats like scratch grain and corn, while wonderful treats for chickens, don't contain the necessary nutrients, specifically the necessary protein and calcium needed by adult laying hens. Your backyard flock will greatly benefit from a free choice calcium supplement like oyster shell in a free choice dispenser or a livestock safe dish, especially when their egg production increases in early spring and it reaches its height in the summer. Your chickens will crave additional calcium. Providing this inexpensive supplement in a free choice dispenser or a livestock safe dish is all that's needed to ensure they receive sufficient calcium for strong shells and feather regrowth. Other ways to boost your flock's nutrition is fermenting chicken feed, providing a protein-rich treat like a grub worm or fly larva, healthy kitchen scraps, or mixing a high-protein feed like All Flock, which is 20% protein, in with your normal layer feed. I use a mix of 1 to 4 parts, 1 part all flock feed to 4 parts regular layer feed when my flock is molting and will need more calcium and protein to regrow their feathers. Too much protein for a prolonged period of time can cause unintended organ damage to your chickens, so I discontinue the all flock when they are no longer molting. This can also be done temporarily to help correct the nutritional imbalance. Reduce your offerings of grain and use complete layer feed if you're seeing signs of egg deformities, soft shells, or poor feather regrowth. Overcrowding. Overcrowding can cause egg-eating behavior in chickens. The recommendations for adequate spacing for backyard chickens is at least 4 square feet of coop space and 8 square feet of run space per standard size chicken. Bantam breeds require approximately half of that. Larger, heavier breeds will need more space. Inadequate housing and crowded conditions causes high levels of stress in chickens, which creates unhealthy competition for resources like food and space. Egg-eating behavior can result from things like overcrowding, unsanitary, or cramped conditions. You can alleviate overcrowding and unsanitary conditions by developing an effective daily and seasonal cleaning maintenance routine, and things like enrichment and additional perches and roosts, as well as things like a chunnel or expanding your chicken area can help alleviate overcrowding. Lack of enrichment or boredom. Boredom is a form of stress for chickens, especially during the winter months when many flocks will be spending more time in confinement. Enrichment is essential to keeping your flock occupied. Egg-eating behavior can result from boredom. To combat boredom in your flock, you can provide low-cost and no-cost enrichment items. Vegetables for them to peck at, treat blocks, roosts and perches, a bale of straw or hay for them to scratch through, or sturdy parrot toys all offer ways to provide your flock with boredom-busting enrichment. Inadequate nesting boxes. The recommended size for nesting boxes is 12 inches by 12 inches. It is recommended to have at least one nesting box for every 4 hens. Nesting materials should be soft and cleaned regularly. If the nesting box is too small, hens can accidentally crush eggs when attempting to turn around and situate themselves comfortably in the nesting box. You can add additional nesting boxes to your setup with any variety of creative containers. Provide your flock with soft, clean nesting material like straw, hay, untreated grass, nest liners, dry leaves, or other safe and soft materials. I have family members who even use shredded paper from their home office. All that matters is that the material is soft, safe, and can be easily cleaned. You may have accidentally taught your flock egg-eating behavior by feeding them eggs in egg shape. Chickens are intelligent and resourceful animals. While it's common practice to feed crumbled eggs or crumbled egg shells to your flock as a treat, it is essential they are not recognizably in egg shape when you do so. If you feed your chickens eggs in their intact shape, it is only a matter of time until they make the connection that their own eggs are food and begin to consume them. I always process my eggs or my eggshells in a food processor before sharing them with my chickens. Never break an egg on the ground for your chickens to eat. That is quite literally teaching them egg-eating behavior and is extremely poor animal husbandry. Collect your eggs daily to remove the temptation for curious flock members to explore their own eggs as a potential food source. Collecting eggs daily is part of responsible chicken care. You can also leave faux eggs in your nesting boxes. This demonstrates to your hens where to lay their eggs, and if they peck and explore the faux eggs, they'll find they aren't edible and move on. Some breeds of chicken are simply more prone to egg-eating behavior than others. With adequate space, well-maintained facilities, proper calcium and protein, adequate nutrition, and enrichment, your flock is very unlikely to ever develop egg-eating behavior. Some resources suggest culling your egg-eating chicken. I suggest a more humane approach of isolating the offending chicken and giving them a high-protein, high-calcium diet, then reintroducing them to the flock after a few days. If one chicken is demonstrating signs of inadequate nutrition, other flock members likely also have deficiencies. The 1 to 4 parts all flock and layer feed, 1 part all flock formula, to 4 parts regular layer feed can be used to help correct nutritional imbalances within your flock. Fermenting your chicken feed is another great way to provide your flock with excellent nutrition, combat possible deficiencies, and it also helps your chickens feel fuller for longer. I made a whole video about fermenting your own chicken feed and making your own chicken treats at home, as well as a video about low-cost and no-cost enrichment ideas. I'll be sure to include those videos below in the description. Have you ever experienced egg-eating behavior in your flock? If so, share how you handled it below in the comments. What are the ways that you make sure your chickens have adequate nutrition and enrichment? What are your ideas for making sure they get enough nutrition and to combat boredom within the flock, even if they have to be in confinement? Share your thoughts below in the comments so we can all learn and grow together from all of our different lived experiences. I personally have never experienced egg-eating behavior in my flock, and that's not because I spend lots of money on my chickens. It's not because I'm doing something crazy or non-traditional or over the top for them, but I believe that my chickens have had exceptional health and haven't demonstrated a lot of negative behaviors because I had solid basics when I began my backyard flock. And I credit that to getting a beginner chicken care guidebook and also committing to excellent care for my chickens. I maintain their facilities daily and seasonally, and I do a whole video about what my daily and seasonal cleaning routine is. I'll also include that below in the description if there's anybody who's looking for ideas to develop their own maintenance routine. And also, I credit fermenting my chicken feed to another reason that my flock is exceptionally healthy. It's very simple. Anyone can do it. If you haven't tried it before, start with a small batch to see if your feed ferments well, but you are going to be amazed how much it benefits your backyard flock. At least in our lived experiences, that has made a huge difference for the health and happiness of our chickens. Thank you to all of my current, new, and long-term subscribers. Small flocks and small gardens can save the world. Every small flock grown in the presence of a family with love, every small garden or container garden makes the world a better place. Thank you for everything you're doing here with me on the channel, and thank you for everything you're doing with your own small flocks and small gardens and container gardens all over the world. You're making the world a better place. We would love to have you as part of our flock. Lots of love from our coop to yours. See you next time.